Humans discovered an abandoned alien station and unlocked secrets thought impossible. They rebuilt warp technology faster than the galaxy could imagine. Fleets moved across light years, outsmarting even the most advanced alien civilizations. Humanity had risen, unstoppable, precise, and ready to claim its place among the stars. Subscribe now to witness the full journey of human ingenuity and the dawn of a new galactic era. Humans had been exploring the outer edges of their galaxy for decades, sending probes, satellites, and unmanned ships into the darkness of deep space. When one of these exploration fleets detected an unusual energy signature near a remote star system, curiosity immediately sparked. A signal unlike anything previously recorded pulsed faintly, as if calling out to be investigated. The fleet commander decided to send a manned mission, hoping to uncover its source and understand its origin. As the human ship approached, the massive outline of a structure slowly emerged from the void, appearing abandoned and silent against the backdrop of distant stars. It was an alien research station, a relic from a civilization far older and more advanced than humanity. Its architecture was elegant yet unfamiliar. Smooth curves and sharp angles combined in ways humans had never imagined. Panels glowed faintly, flickering with energy that seemed alive, hinting at the station's once incredible capabilities. The crew inside the human ship stared in awe, unable to comprehend the scale and complexity of the station. Even the youngest engineers were silent, realizing that this was not just a derelict outpost, but a treasure trove of alien knowledge. As the docking procedures began, a sense of excitement mixed with tension filled the cabin. No one knew what dangers might be waiting inside, or what secrets the station might hold. Every crew member prepared themselves, knowing this mission could change human understanding of the galaxy forever. Upon entering the station, humans were met with corridors lined with unfamiliar materials, shining faintly under the artificial lights. Strange symbols were etched into walls, some glowing, some pulsing rhythmically, giving the impression that the station itself was breathing. Engineers examined the machinery scattered throughout the halls, discovering devices that seemed to manipulate energy in ways they could barely begin to understand. Some rooms contained holographic displays showing star maps of far-off galaxies, while others held complex devices that hummed with potential, waiting to be unlocked. Despite the eerie silence, the station seemed to welcome the humans, almost as if it had been waiting for someone to finally notice it. Researchers began collecting samples, scanning technology, and documenting every detail. Every new discovery sparked debates and discussions among the crew. Each fragment of machinery hinted at a level of knowledge that far surpassed human understanding. Yet the aliens had left the station incomplete. Critical pieces were missing or deliberately concealed. Making it clear that their technology was meant to be secretive, humans realized the aliens had deliberately hidden key parts of their warp technology, leaving clues but keeping the core mechanisms beyond reach. This only fueled determination, as human curiosity and ingenuity had been forged over centuries. Stories of past explorers overcoming impossible challenges inspired the crew to push forward. Even when initial attempts to understand the machinery failed, no one gave up. Every failure became a lesson, every puzzling device a challenge to solve. Hours turned into days as humans worked tirelessly, mapping rooms, analyzing devices, and documenting every anomaly. The station seemed to stretch endlessly, with new sections revealing themselves as the crew delved deeper. Every corner contained a piece of the puzzle, a hint of the aliens' advanced capabilities. Some corridors led to observation decks with breathtaking views of the star system, while others hid control centers with unknown functions. Humanity felt a mix of wonder and humility, realizing that this discovery was not just about technology, but about the vast potential of intelligent life in the galaxy. As the first part of their mission concluded, the crew gathered to review their findings. They had uncovered fragments of warp engines, energy conduits, and cryptic schematics, enough to hint at the technology's purpose, but not enough to fully understand it. The station stood as a silent guardian of secrets, challenging humans to rise to the occasion. Humanity had found something extraordinary, a key to unlocking faster-than-light travel, but the work was only beginning. The crew knew that patience, intelligence, and creativity would be required to turn this abandoned alien station into a gateway to the stars. Despite their initial excitement, humans quickly realized that understanding the alien warp technology was far more difficult than anyone had imagined. Every device seemed to follow principles that defied known physics. Energy flows behaved unpredictably, and materials reacted in ways no human engineer had seen before. Even the most advanced AI systems struggled to decode the alien schematics, producing patterns that made no logical sense. Researchers stared at screens filled with symbols and flux equations, their brows furrowed as they tried to find meaning in the chaos. Teams of engineers, scientists, and physicists worked day and night, running simulations, testing theories, and trying to manipulate the alien devices safely. Every experiment brought new surprises. Sometimes small sparks of success, sometimes dangerous feedback loops that nearly destroyed laboratory equipment. Tensions grew as some members began to question whether humans were capable of ever fully understanding the technology. The station itself seemed to taunt them, a reminder that the aliens had deliberately made it almost impossible for outsiders to replicate their knowledge. Humanity's determination, however, could not be broken. Stories of explorers and inventors who had overcome impossible odds inspired them to continue. Every failure became a lesson. Every strange reaction of the devices revealed subtle hints about how the alien systems functioned. Engineers began comparing patterns, trying to translate alien logic into human understanding. Each team contributed pieces of insight, slowly assembling a puzzle that had seemed impossible. The alien machinery was designed to be modular, but in ways humans did not initially recognize. Devices connected in layers of complexity that hid their true function. An energy conduit here could not function without a precise alignment with another module half a galaxy away. Some sections of the station contained decoys designed to mislead anyone trying to study the technology. Human teams realized that the aliens were not just smart, they were clever, leaving a trail that required intelligence, patience, and creativity to follow. As days turned into weeks, breakthroughs began to appear in unexpected ways. A young engineer, working quietly on a side project, noticed correlations in the way certain energy flows reacted to human manipulations. She began to see patterns where others saw only chaos. Her observations suggested that alien technology, while alien in design, had underlying logic that could be understood with patience. Once her notes were shared with the rest of the team, other engineers began confirming similar patterns. Slowly but surely, the impossible started to look achievable. Rivalries between departments sometimes caused friction, but they also pushed teams to innovate faster. Each group tried different approaches, from brute force simulations to delicate calibrations of alien modules. The results varied, but every failed attempt revealed small truths. Human ingenuity started bridging the gap between alien and human understanding. Slowly, the team realized that while they could not yet operate the warp engines, they could control smaller subsystems, manipulate energy safely, and map out key pathways. Political and administrative oversight added another layer of challenge. Officials worried about the dangers of experimenting with technology that could potentially destroy a planet if mishandled. They demanded constant reports, simulations, and safety measures. Engineers learned to balance caution with creativity, ensuring that progress continued without catastrophic mistakes. Humanity's persistence, combined with careful planning, allowed them to push forward despite the risks. Every breakthrough, no matter how small, was celebrated as a victory. Each new understanding brought humanity one step closer to rebuilding the alien warp technology. The team learned to work with patience, observation, and teamwork, realizing that speed alone could not conquer the alien mysteries. Each device, corridor, and system in the station became both a challenge and a teacher, guiding humans to think in ways they never had before. By the end of this phase of their mission, humans had made significant progress. They could manipulate energy conduits with precision, operate secondary systems, and even predict some reactions of the alien machinery. The alien technology remained mostly a mystery, but humans now had confidence that with persistence and ingenuity, they could eventually unlock its full potential. The station was no longer just an abandoned relic. It had become a school, a challenge, and a promise that humanity's determination could overcome even the most advanced alien secrets. Amid the struggle to understand alien warp technology, a young engineer quietly worked in a small lab, often overlooked by senior scientists. She had a natural intuition for energy flows and quantum systems, noticing patterns that others considered random or meaningless. While veteran teams focused on brute force calculations and complex simulations, she approached the problem differently. Using creativity and observation to interpret the alien designs, her small experiments, often dismissed at first, began revealing subtle connections between alien energy modules, connections no one else had seen. One night, as she traced the flow of power through a series of conduits, she noticed that certain patterns repeated at intervals, almost like a hidden rhythm. It was as if the aliens had designed the technology to respond to specific sequences of energy pulses. Once she recognized this, she began carefully testing ways to interface human control systems with these patterns. Her first attempts were cautious, sending minimal signals and observing the responses. The machines hummed, flickered, and occasionally responded with small, controlled movements, enough to show that interaction was possible without risking the entire station. Excitement spread as she shared her findings with the broader team. Engineers and scientists gathered around, watching as she demonstrated how subtle manipulations could trigger predictable reactions in alien devices. The breakthrough shifted the mission's energy from frustration to hope. Suddenly, what seemed impossible now felt achievable. Humans could, for the first time, begin controlling elements of the alien warp systems. Even skeptical senior officials were impressed, realizing that human ingenuity had found a path the aliens had assumed would remain undiscovered. With her guidance, teams started linking the alien devices with human interfaces, carefully monitoring energy levels and system stability. Small-scale tests began with minor components, like power conduits and energy regulators. Each successful trial built confidence, showing that humans could not only understand the alien systems, but could manipulate them with precision. The station, once a source of mystery and frustration, now became a playground for experimentation and discovery. Every device, every module offered lessons and opportunities for growth. The young engineer's approach encouraged collaboration in ways that had not existed before. Teams began sharing insights across disciplines, combining physics, engineering, and computer science to interpret alien schematics. AI systems were reprogrammed to mimic the patterns she had discovered, accelerating analysis and testing. Slowly, humans began to see the alien technology not as an unsolvable puzzle, but as a set of challenges waiting to be understood and adapted. Each success reinforced the idea that human creativity could surpass even the most advanced alien intelligence. As experiments progressed, humans realized the potential of hybrid designs, blending alien components with human innovations. They modified control algorithms, adjusted energy flows, and created interfaces that could predict and respond to alien systems in real time. Small vessels were tested with partial warp systems, capable of short jumps, proving that human understanding was advancing faster than anyone had imagined. The young engineer became a symbol of hope and innovation, showing that a fresh perspective could unlock secrets even the oldest experts could not solve. The aliens had hidden their core warp technology carefully, but the humans' methodical, creative approach began bridging the gap. Each subsystem that humans mastered brought them closer to full operational control. Every successful test was celebrated. Every new understanding marked a step towards something extraordinary. The crew, once anxious and frustrated, now worked with excitement and purpose, recognizing that patience, observation, and ingenuity were the keys to conquering alien complexity. By the end of this phase, humans had not only controlled secondary systems, but could manipulate energy flows in ways that exceeded the original alien design. Small-scale warp tests showed that human modifications could enhance stability and efficiency. Confidence surged as the teams realized that they were no longer just following alien instructions. They were innovating, improving, and redefining what warp technology could do. The young engineer's discovery had unlocked a turning point, proving that human intelligence and creativity could overcome obstacles that seemed insurmountable. The station, once a silent and enigmatic relic, now buzzed with life and activity. Humans moved through its corridors with purpose, connecting systems, testing responses, and learning from every reaction. The young engineer's insight had transformed despair into opportunity, frustration into progress, and uncertainty into confidence. Humanity had taken the first true steps toward mastering alien warp technology, showing that even the most advanced secrets could be unraveled by determination, intelligence, and creativity. With the breakthrough achieved by the young engineer, human teams moved faster than ever. The lessons learned from careful observation and small-scale experiments allowed engineers to design modular systems that could integrate alien warp technology with human innovations. Every component was carefully tested and calibrated, ensuring that the hybrid systems could operate safely. Yet the speed of progress amazed everyone. What had once seemed impossible was now unfolding before their eyes. Human creativity became the driving force behind reconstruction. Engineers combined alien conduits with human energy regulators, creating systems that were more efficient and adaptable than the original designs. Computers ran simulations predicting performance under various conditions, and each successful test built confidence. New tools and interfaces allowed humans to monitor energy flows in real time, detecting anomalies before they could cause damage. The combination of human ingenuity and alien engineering began to exceed expectations, showing that the human mind could not only match but improve upon the alien designs. Small-scale vessels were equipped with prototype warp engines, capable of controlled jumps across short distances. Crew members experienced the thrill and uncertainty of human-built warp systems for the first time. Every successful test was a triumph, proving that humans had learned the principles behind the alien technology. Engineers adjusted power distributions, tested energy oscillations, and fine-tuned modules, gradually expanding the operational capacity of their reconstructed warp engines. The station, once a mysterious relic, had transformed into a laboratory of human achievement. Simulations of full-scale warp travel began, showing that hybrid engines could potentially outperform the alien originals. The combination of alien energy matrices and human adaptive controls allowed for greater efficiency, stability, and safety. Researchers marveled at the results, realizing that humans had turned the challenge into an advantage. Every new system built demonstrated that human innovation was not bound by the limitations of alien design. Each success encouraged further experimentation, fueling a cycle of discovery and improvement. Humanity's approach emphasized collaboration and integration. Physicists, engineers, and AI specialists worked together seamlessly, sharing insights and testing new ideas. Adaptive algorithms allowed the warp engines to learn from every trial, predicting energy fluctuations and adjusting parameters automatically. The alien technology, once inscrutable, now became a platform for human creativity, showing that humans could apply logic, intuition, and experience to surpass the original intentions of the aliens. As larger vessels were equipped with the hybrid warp drives, humans began planning longer jumps to distant star systems. Each successful trial reduced risks and increased confidence. Crew members reported smoother transitions, faster acceleration, and precise navigation through space. The hybrid systems allowed for maneuvers and speeds that the original alien designs had not anticipated. Demonstrations were conducted for senior officials and scientists, who watched in awe as humans showcased capabilities beyond the alien standards. The hybrid approach also revealed unforeseen advantages. The alien systems were optimized for efficiency, but human adaptations added flexibility and redundancy, allowing humans to control energy flow in emergencies. Systems could reroute power automatically, compensate for minor failures, and maintain operational integrity in unpredictable conditions. These improvements suggested that human-engineered warp drives could be safer and more reliable than even the advanced alien originals. Strengthened by these successes, humans began envisioning the potential for interstellar travel at scales previously unimaginable. Communication between distant human colonies, once limited by light-speed delays, began to change. Even partial warp systems allowed near-instantaneous delivery of data and supplies over long distances. The implications for trade, defense, and exploration were enormous. Humanity realized that they were on the verge of a new era, where speed, strategy, and technological mastery could redefine their place in the galaxy. Every step forward reinforced the confidence that humans were not just followers of alien technology, but innovators in their own right. By the end of this phase, human teams had reconstructed functional hybrid warp engines capable of safe and controlled travel. Every subsystem was optimized, every test documented, and every improvement noted. Humans had transformed alien technology into a tool of exploration and expansion. The station that once held mysteries now reflected human triumph, creativity, and ingenuity. Humanity had proven that with determination, intelligence, and collaboration, they could rebuild and enhance even the most advanced alien systems, setting the stage for unprecedented achievements in space. Unbeknownst to the humans, their rapid progress with the alien warp technology had not gone unnoticed. Alien surveillance drones, hidden in the outer reaches of the galaxy, detected unusual energy signatures emanating from human colonies. The patterns were unlike anything the aliens had seen from humanity before. Signals pulsed with precision, showing not only replication of the alien designs, but also human enhancements. High command in the alien empire convened emergency meetings, stunned that a species they had considered primitive and slow was advancing so quickly. Alien leaders had assumed humans would take centuries to comprehend even fragments of their warp technology. Their intelligence reports had predicted slow, cautious exploration. Yet humans had not only understood partial systems, but had begun creating hybrid warp engines, capable of performance beyond the original designs. Panic spread among alien officials, who feared that humans might soon become capable of independent interstellar travel, threatening their long-held control of strategic star systems. The aliens debated their next move, weighing observation against intervention. Some argued for immediate interference, fearing that human innovation could soon outpace even their best fleets. Others suggested caution, acknowledging that direct confrontation could reveal more about human potential and provoke unpredictable outcomes. Meanwhile, humans continued their experiments, unaware that eyes across the galaxy were monitoring every success. Every test of hybrid warp engines, every short-distance jump, was logged by alien sensors, adding to the growing anxiety in alien command. Human colonies began to notice subtle anomalies, fluctuations in distant star systems that hinted at alien presence. Communications networks detected irregular transmissions, but the humans were too focused on their work to fully investigate. Their attention remained on perfecting warp systems, testing energy flows, and integrating alien technology with human innovations. The aliens, however, knew that time was running out. Humanity's progress was accelerating. And soon humans could travel and communicate faster than the aliens could respond. Alien observers realized that humanity had surpassed expectations in ways the Empire had never predicted. Humans were not simply mimicking the alien designs, they were improving them, finding efficiencies and creating redundancies. The aliens had hidden critical components of their warp technology, assuming no other species could reconstruct them. Yet humans had used ingenuity, collaboration, and creativity to overcome these obstacles. The Empire faced a species that was both unpredictable and relentless, capable of using intelligence and innovation as weapons. As tensions rose among alien leaders, fleets were dispatched to monitor human systems directly. High-speed ships equipped with long-range sensors began patrolling nearby star systems. Their mission was not yet to attack, but to observe. To understand how humans had achieved such mastery, the aliens were determined to learn the limits of human warp technology before deciding whether to act. Meanwhile, humans continued their experiments, pushing boundaries, unaware of the looming presence of alien fleets. Every success made the alien sense of threat greater. Every improvement in hybrid systems increased the urgency of alien surveillance. Human engineers began noticing anomalies of their own. Small disruptions in energy readings and unexpected interference in tests. They attributed it to natural phenomena or equipment errors, unaware that alien probes were quietly mapping and recording their work. Despite these disturbances, humans remained focused, driven by curiosity, ambition, and the desire to explore. Their resilience and determination only reinforced the idea that humanity would not be easily deterred. The aliens watched, growing increasingly anxious, realizing that their previous underestimation of humans had been a grave mistake. The Empire began reconsidering its assumptions about galactic hierarchy. Once confident in their superiority, alien officials now recognized that humans were capable of innovation on a scale that could rival or surpass their own. Every observation confirmed that humans could not be contained. Every small success in human hybrid warp technology became evidence of potential dominance. The aliens feared that delay or miscalculation could result in losing strategic advantage, forcing them to confront a rising species they had long ignored. By the end of this phase, the galaxy's perception of humanity was shifting. No longer seen as primitive or slow, humans were emerging as a clever, resourceful, and formidable species. The aliens understood that humanity had not only rebuilt alien warp technology, but had done so faster and more efficiently than expected. Every monitoring operation, every fleet in position, was a reminder that humans had become a serious presence in the galaxy, one that would soon change the balance of power, whether the aliens were ready or not. The first full-scale human warp trial was met with a mixture of excitement and tension. Crew members boarded a specially equipped vessel designed to test the limits of the hybrid warp engines. Every system had been checked countless times, simulations had been run, and safety protocols prepared for every imaginable scenario. As the countdown began, the crew felt their hearts race, knowing that this test would determine whether humans had truly mastered alien technology, or if failure could set them back months. Engines hummed to life, energy flowing through the hybrid conduits in precise sequences. The vessel vibrated with power, and the crew watched screens that monitored energy flux, navigation vectors, and structural integrity. As the ship approached the warp threshold, the alien-derived systems began interacting with human controls, creating a symphony of energy that was both beautiful and terrifying. Every fluctuation had to be managed carefully. One wrong adjustment could have catastrophic consequences. When the vessel jumped, the effect was immediate and breathtaking. Space around them blurred, stars stretched into long streaks of light, and the sensation of moving faster than light filled the cabin. Crew members were awestruck. Realizing that humans were now traveling in ways that had once been considered impossible, data streamed in from sensors, confirming that the hybrid warp engines were stable, efficient, and capable of controlled navigation across light years. Every calculation from simulations had been validated, proving that human ingenuity had succeeded. The trial revealed more than just the ability to jump across space. Humans had learned to enhance the technology, adjusting energy flows to reduce stress on the vessel, optimizing navigation protocols to allow precision arrival at distant coordinates. The hybrid warp engines not only replicated the alien technology, but improved it, offering better stability and greater efficiency than even the original designs. Crew members felt a mix of pride and wonder, realizing they had achieved what no one had thought possible. Small anomalies were observed, but these were carefully documented. The crew knew that learning from every unexpected reaction was part of the process. Each minor fluctuation offered insight into the behavior of alien energy matrices and allowed engineers to refine systems further. As tests continued, jumps became longer, more complex, and more precise, demonstrating that humans could plan routes, avoid hazards, and maintain operational safety even over vast distances. The success of the first trials laid the foundation for large-scale interstellar travel. Communication with mission control was almost instantaneous, thanks to the hybrid systems. Messages that once took hours or days now transmitted with minimal delay. This newfound speed transformed coordination, logistics, and planning, allowing humans to operate on a scale that had been unimaginable. Across the station and Earth, engineers and officials celebrated the success, recognizing that humanity had not only matched alien warp technology, but had made it practical, usable, and even superior in some ways. The crew experienced awe at the power they now controlled, feeling the energy of the warp field and the vastness of space compressed around them. Human senses struggled to comprehend what was happening. Yet, every measurement, every reading, and every outcome confirmed that the hybrid warp engines were fully operational. Confidence surged as humans realized that they could now explore distant star systems, deliver supplies, and establish colonies with speed and precision never seen before. The trial also revealed the potential for further innovation. The alien technology had been designed for specific functions, but human creativity allowed adaptation for a variety of purposes. Power could be redirected, modules reconfigured, and energy stored for secondary systems. This flexibility meant that future human warp ships could be faster, more reliable, and capable of maneuvers the aliens had never anticipated. Every success strengthened the belief that humans were no longer just learners. They were innovators and leaders in warp technology. By the end of the first full-scale trial, humans had proven that hybrid warp engines could operate safely and effectively over long distances. Data collected from the mission provided a roadmap for future improvements. Engineers began planning larger fleets, more complex missions, and interstellar strategies. Humanity's confidence soared, and the crew felt the weight of history, knowing that they had taken the first true step toward controlling faster-than-light travel. The galaxy would soon see a new force, one that had rebuilt alien technology and used it to redefine what was possible. The success of this trial marked a turning point. Humans now held the power to move across the stars, to explore, to trade, and to defend themselves with a capability no one had expected. The hybrid warp engines were no longer a secret or an experiment. They were the future, and humanity had unlocked it, setting the stage for a new era of exploration, mastery, and possibility across the galaxy. Humans began quietly demonstrating their rebuilt warp technology to the galaxy. Strategic deployments were planned with precision, sending hybrid warp-equipped vessels to distant star systems ahead of alien fleets. Supplies and personnel were transported faster than anyone could have imagined, showing that human technology was not only functional, but superior in speed and efficiency. Each successful operation reinforced confidence, proving that humans could act with precision and intelligence on a galactic scale. The hybrid warp engines allowed fleets to maneuver with unmatched agility, making tactical movements that alien forces could not predict. Ships arrived at key locations moments before alien patrols, establishing forward bases, setting up supply lines, and showing that human innovation could redefine the rules of interstellar engagement. Observers from other civilizations watched in awe, realizing that humans were capable of controlling the battlefield simply by being faster, smarter, and more adaptable. The speed and accuracy of human operations became a new benchmark for galactic power. Command centers on Earth and distant colonies coordinated missions seamlessly, thanks to near-instantaneous communication enabled by the hybrid systems. Orders were executed across light years in minutes, allowing humans to respond to any threat with unmatched timing. Even the most advanced alien fleets were caught off guard by the efficiency of human logistics. Engineers and strategists combined technology and tactics, using hybrid warp drives to create maneuvers that were impossible under conventional rules. Every mission further demonstrated that humans were not merely catching up, they were leading. The aliens, previously confident in their superiority, struggled to comprehend the sudden rise of humanity. Their fleets could not match the speed and unpredictability of human operations. Observers noted that humans had turned the alien technology into something far more adaptable, a hybrid system that could not only replicate warp travel, but enhance it. Humans began establishing outposts and colonies in previously unreachable systems, solidifying a presence that alien powers could no longer ignore. Human fleets displayed strategic brilliance, not relying solely on raw firepower, but on the ability to outmaneuver opponents. Transport ships could deliver essential supplies to critical points in moments, while reconnaissance vessels monitored enemy movements and relayed real-time intelligence. Alien commanders realized that traditional tactics were ineffective against humans who could anticipate, adapt, and react faster than their calculations allowed. The success of human missions was not just in speed, but in coordination, planning, and ingenuity, a combination the aliens had never expected. Across the galaxy, the perception of humanity shifted. What was once thought to be a primitive species was now recognized as resourceful, clever, and unstoppable. Humans had proven that they could rebuild alien warp technology and then use it to their advantage, establishing colonies, supply lines, and forward bases. Every action sent a message. Humanity had arrived, and they were ready to assert themselves. The hybrids of alien and human innovation allowed for capabilities beyond anything previously imagined, showcasing human creativity as a dominant force. Even within human command, confidence grew alongside responsibility. Every mission reinforced the importance of careful planning, innovation, and precise execution. The hybrid warp technology was powerful, but it required intelligence and discipline to maximize its potential. Engineers continued refining systems, creating new energy routing techniques, and improving navigation protocols. Each improvement made human fleets faster, safer, and more reliable, allowing humans to expand influence across star systems without direct confrontation. The aliens could no longer ignore humanity. Every observation confirmed that humans were unpredictable, adaptable, and capable of outthinking even the most advanced fleets. Panic and uncertainty spread among alien high command, who realized that the humans' rapid progress had shifted the balance of power. Strategic dominance was no longer guaranteed, and every move by humans could challenge long-held assumptions of control. By the end of this phase, humanity had firmly established itself as a rising power, capable of projecting influence across the galaxy with unmatched speed. Precision and ingenuity. Hybrid warp technology had transformed humans from observers into active participants, explorers, and strategists. Demonstrations of fleets, colonies, and supply lines showed that humans were ready to take their place among the galaxy's dominant civilizations. The stage was set for an era in which humanity's cleverness, determination, and technological mastery would redefine what it meant to be a galactic power. Humanity's rise was not just about technology. It was about intelligence, creativity, and the ability to use every advantage. The hybrid warp engines symbolized the future, a combination of discovery, adaptation, and innovation. Humans had proven that even when faced with a civilization far more advanced, they could not only survive but surpass expectations, establishing a new standard for power, strategy, and influence in the galaxy. With warp technology fully under human control, humanity stepped into a new galactic era. Colonies once isolated across light years were now connected through rapid travel and efficient communication. Humans established bases on distant planets, setting up infrastructure for trade, research, and defense. The hybrid warp engines allowed supplies, personnel, and knowledge to move faster than ever, transforming distant systems into active hubs of human influence. The galaxy watched in awe as humans demonstrated capabilities that rivaled and even surpassed long-established alien civilizations. Alien powers, once confident in their superiority, had to reconsider their assumptions. Reports of human fleets, capable of precise maneuvers and near instantaneous travel, spread quickly across the empire. Observers realized that humanity had not only rebuilt the alien technology, but had improved it in ways that the aliens themselves had not anticipated. Human colonies began thriving, leveraging speed, intelligence, and coordination to expand their reach. Every success proved that humans were adaptable, clever, and unstoppable, capable of redefining the rules of galactic interaction. The hybrid systems allowed humans to maintain both defense and exploration simultaneously. Patrol ships could respond to threats in hours instead of months, while research vessels explored previously unreachable regions, returning with new knowledge. Data networks connected colonies in real time, enabling coordinated strategies across star systems. Humans could now plan, respond, and execute operations with efficiency that no alien species had anticipated. Their technology became a tool not only for travel, but for influence and protection. The aliens, realizing the shift in balance, attempted to understand the rapid rise of humans. Every observation revealed creativity, problem-solving, and adaptability far beyond what the aliens had expected. Humans had taken alien warp designs and turned them into a flexible, resilient system that could be used for multiple purposes. Their success challenged centuries of assumptions about galactic hierarchy. The Empire recognized that humans were no longer a primitive species. They were innovators, leaders, and worthy rivals in the cosmic arena. Human colonies continued to expand, establishing trade routes, research outposts, and diplomatic connections. Hybrid warp technology allowed them to respond to opportunities faster than any other civilization. Knowledge flowed freely between systems, fostering rapid innovation and cooperation. Human engineers continuously refined warp systems, experimenting with energy routing, efficiency, and adaptability. Every improvement strengthened the network of colonies, ensuring that humanity's presence was secure, strategic, and influential. The galaxy began to acknowledge humanity's rise. Former skeptics and rivals watched as humans demonstrated ingenuity, coordination, and technological mastery. The hybrid warp engines symbolized not just speed, but human determination and intelligence. Every successful journey, supply mission, or defensive maneuver became proof that humans had become a dominant force. Their technology allowed them to explore, protect, and expand simultaneously, creating a balance of power that the aliens had never anticipated. Human fleets grew more sophisticated, combining hybrid warp engines with adaptive strategies. Ships could execute maneuvers that alien fleets could not predict. Outposts were maintained efficiently, ensuring security while enabling exploration. Humans had achieved something extraordinary. They had turned alien secrets into tools for survival, growth, and influence. Each mission, each test, each expansion reinforced the fact that humanity's ingenuity was unmatched and that they were ready to shape the future of the galaxy. By this time, humanity had established its first independent interstellar governments and coordinated colonies. The hybrid warp network allowed coordination across vast distances, enabling trade, defense, and cultural exchange. Humans were no longer restricted by distance, time, or technological limitations. Their reach extended farther than any species had previously imagined. The galaxy recognized that humans had evolved into a civilization capable of influencing events on a massive scale, blending intelligence, creativity, and determination to shape their destiny. Even alien civilizations that had once dominated assumed a new perspective, accepting that humanity's rise was inevitable. The hybrid warp technology had not only bridged the gap between species, but it demonstrated that human innovation could surpass expectation. Every colony, fleet, and successful mission proved that humans were ready to participate fully in galactic affairs. Their presence signaled a future where they could explore, trade, and defend with confidence and mastery. Humanity had become a species that could challenge tradition, surpass expectations, and innovate beyond what was considered possible. The hybrid warp engine stood as a symbol of their ingenuity, determination, and intelligence. Every success marked a turning point, demonstrating that humans could rebuild, enhance, and master even the most advanced alien technology. The galaxy now faced a new era, one in which humanity's creativity and persistence would define the rules of exploration, influence, and power across the stars.